Can of delicious soda, check. Cup of cashew, check. Freaky dungeon master wearing sunglasses, check. Hey everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Card Hunter, a free-to-play card collecting RPG with a very old school tabletop aesthetic. And we're talking really old school tabletop. We're talking like first Dungeons and Dragons type stuff going on. As you can see, we got a bunch of dice, we got a player's guidebook, and we are ready to go. First, I would like to thank, I believe his name is Limsum on the Card Hunter forums for providing me with this beta key. This is in beta, so keep that in mind. There probably will still be bugs and stuff, but I really wanted to show off this game to you guys, and also these videos will allow me to keep a log of any bugs that I happen to run into. So, yeah, there hasn't really been too many videos recently of this game, so I kind of wanted to make some, and hopefully I'll do better than some of the people I've been watching. Or I'll just, you know, play the fool. Who knows? Anyway, I'll explain more of this game as we go along. So, I haven't done anything in this game besides doing some sound checks in this little screen here. This game is a browser game, so but Fraps is detecting it, so hopefully there won't be any issues with that. If not, I'll have to do something, a few fancy things to kind of get set up right. Anyway, welcome Leaf. Playing Card Hunter together is going to be awesome. This is our DM, by the way. I don't remember his name. I'll figure it out. Continue. Let's do Green Fang's challenge. My older brother Melvin has been telling me how great it is. Your party has survived the Undying Marshes, following the ancient map to the Gold Leaf Blade. I'm not going to read this right now because this is technically the tutorial, but you can see we're talking, like I mentioned before, this is like first edition Dungeons & Dragons here with module cards, which are pretty much little adventure cards that come with tiles and stuff like that and story, and then the DM kind of just adds his own twist to it, or just reads from the script. Anyway, this is for levels 18 to 22. This is kind of pulling off a Lufia and Fortress of Doom thing here, where we fight one of the major bosses, or the major boss, right off the bat. Anyway, continue. He also makes weird sounds. Now, approaching the blood-soaked altar of a Lizardman shrine, they brace for our final assault. Okay. Cold-eyed lizardmen pour forth to defend their temple, commanded by a skeletal apparition. Play your cards to defeat your enemies. Right-click on cards to see what they do. Like I said, this is the tutorial. This will only happen when you first start playing. Anyway, as you can see, we have our fancy little tiles here. Actually, let me go ahead and cut it off here just for a moment, so I can make sure the sound's right. This game actually has really loud sound, so I've been adjusting my volume gradually. So, be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I did try to mess with the options, with the volume settings, but it didn't seem to do anything. It could be an issue with the tutorial, or it could be just issues with the volume itself. Alright, so as you can see, it has very old school aesthetic. You got the little, you know, miniature, well, actually a little portrait miniature things. You got the standard dungeon tiles, and yeah. Right now, the little numbers here represent HP. You can see, if I highlight each of these guys, you can see what they are. Lizardmen Warriors, you got Lizardmen Guardians, and then over here you got something else. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. For the tutorial, you start with a Dwarf Warrior, Elf Wizard, and a Human Priest. There are 3 races in this game, which is Human, Elf, and Dwarf, and there are 3 classes in this game, which is Warrior, Priest, and Wizard. Okay, so it's right now telling me to go ahead and right-click on cards to see what they do. You got multiple cards here, and they do various things. You can see it's already changing the screen there. Let's go ahead and pull up this one. Oops. When you're ready, left-click a card to play it. New card means that this is your first time seeing this card. This little thing here represents how rare the card is. This shows the attack type, which means this is arcane damage. Where this card came from. This represents the item that gives you the card. More on that later. There's also flavor text, just like in most collectible card games, and this is how much damage the attack does, and this is the range of the attack. So there's that. There's also movement cards. You got Dash here, which is a 4 movement card. You got Run here, which is only a 3 movement. You got some moves here, like Heal, which will heal 4, and you can actually target yourself with it, and you can target anyone within range of 8. Then you have Shield Block, or you have block cards and armor cards. This is a block card, allows you to block any sort of attack. If this card blocks a melee attack, I get to draw a card, so if I succeed. Now, this is not a sure thing. As you can see down here on the bottom left, there's a little dice here, or little die, sorry, that shows the difficulty of your armor, either your armor or your blocking check. So here, if I roll a 3 or more whenever I activate this card, which is activated automatically, I succeed and I'll completely negate the attack, but if I fail, I will just get hit. I'm not sure if I get to keep the card if I fail or not. I don't really remember. Reliable Mail. This is actual armor, which has a armor check here, which apparently has a check of always succeeding almost. Now it has an armor of 2 here. What this means is whenever you get attacked for damage, you can roll this, and if you succeed, you reduce the damage by the armor amount. There are special traits like penetrating and stuff that will pierce through armor. There's also ways to get rid of armor. This keep here means even after you activate it, it will stay in your hand, and it'll stay in your hand until you're forced to discard it or some other attack roll. Get rid of it. It's also a rare card. Neat. Anyway, so that's about it. For the most part, that's about all I can really explain. The classes are pretty self-explanatory. Wizards are specialized in magic. They specialize in ranged attacks as well as various special effects that can influence the battlefield. Very similar to, like, crowd control and stuff like that. The priest specializes in, he's kind of the medium all-rounder, but he also has, he can do some melee and stuff, and he can heal and do buffs. He also has unholy attacks as well as, various debuffs that he can do. And then the warrior is the main tank, gets the most armor, most blocking abilities, and generally gets most physical attacks. As far as the races decide how much extra HP you have compared to your class, and it also affects what sort of movement cards you get, as well as some other specialized cards. Dwarves, for example, get the most health, least movement, but they also, and their racial stuff generally revolves around like being resilient and so forth. While elves have the least hit points, get the most movement, and most of the cards revolve around mobility and evasion. And then the human's kind of in the middle of the road for both, and gets cards that revolve around like taking charge and commanding the entire party. So that's about everything. And this is my first combat, so I apologize if I make any mistakes. And what do we got here? Burst and burning affects all within 2 of the target square. Okay. And they have 4 health. Okay. Well, these guys are too far away. Actually, I can do it like this. Okay. These tiles actually, there is terrain you can't go through, like these pillars. There's also terrain that you can't, that you move slower in. That's just rough terrain. Alright, looks like I can hit everyone from here. So I'm going to go ahead and use Fireball. He just detonates Fireball. Sick transit eyebrows. Huh? I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway. Okay, that's a little loud. Is there a way to actually fix this? Okay. Now, the way the combat works is, if you look up here, you'll see that each group or type of monster has a hand of cards, and every time I play a card, they get a chance to play 1 card, and we pretty much go back and forth. So I used my Fireball, now it's their turn, and they're going to use their Walk card. Now for movement cards, since they are dealing with groups of monsters, if they activate a movement card and it's a group, all characters in that group will be able to use this card. It's just It's just to kind of speed things along and allow them to move together. So they activate their walk card. As you see, all three of them moved. When you hover over a card, the board shows all the squares you can reach with that card. So if you highlight walk here, you can see the arrows. If you show reach swing, you can see the range of the attack, and so forth. Now, something to note, a little card was added to each of these guys that represents the burn effect that was on the fireball, which means they will take 2 burn damage every turn for, I think, either 1 or 2 turns. I think it's only 1 turn. So it's just additional fire damage. Okay, looks like we got more of these guys. What's Arcing Spark do? Choose up to 3 different targets for this attack. Each target must be 3 squares within 3 squares of each other. Hard to block 1. Hard to block 1 means whenever they do their block check, they roll the die and they subtract 1 from it. So it's a little bit more difficult. Alright, let's go ahead and do... I can't reach here. Well, what we can do is pelt one of you guys with a Sork Bolt. Did it not work? It didn't seem to work. Ah, lost connection to the server, trying to reconnect. Okay. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. The positioning was actually a little bit different this time, so I didn't do the fireball. I accidentally actually misclicked and used the arcing bolt on these two. So, sorry about that. Okay, now they're moving closer. If you run out of cards, you can pass. You'll draw new cards when we both pass. So yeah, we constantly take turns alternating until both of us pass. Whoever passes first, when both people pass, will go first on the next turn. So, something to keep in mind. So I can go ahead and fireball these guys and just take them out if I really want to. That is a... might as well. Killed one. So you saw a little star pop out. Up here you see a set of stars. These are pretty much your defeat and victory requirements. Essentially in this one we just got to kill everything, so every guy is worth probably one or 2 stars. And his requirement to win is to kill all of our party members. Each of our party members is worth 2 stars. Down here you can see how many cards we have left in our deck and how many are in our discard pile. Right now I've used 2 cards, so there's 2 in Idris's discard pile. If you run out of cards in your deck, your discard pile will be reshuffled as your deck. Alright. Alright, it looks like this guy just activated planar travel, which allows him to teleport, which is just a movement 4 that is not hindered by anything. He moves up. To look at a card I played, click the card's hyperlink name and the log on the top left. As you can see, I can do that right here. So yeah, there's a little log up here. Alright, well, Wizard's completely out of cards. I'm going to go ahead and move our dwarf up. If you look at the movement here, the little darkened squares are threatened squares. Essentially, if you're moving through threatened squares, it does hinder your movement, so you can't move as far. So we're just going to go ahead and move right here. Alright, I moved, and now it's his turn. He attacks me. This is a chop, 5 damage, 1 range. Hits up to 2 targets. So it's a wide swing. Blocks in your hand defend you automatically if you roll high enough. Okay. Failed. Armor in your hand reduces damage automatically if you roll high enough. Succeed. So I failed the block, but I succeeded with the armor. So I reduced the damage by 2, take only 3. Hover over card numbers and icons to find out what they mean. Yeah. Kinda got that. Alright, so I failed with the block, but I still got to keep it. The reliable mail succeeded, but I get to keep it because it had the effect keep on the card. Alright, I guess I can go ahead and just kill you. Actually, you're going to die next turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What I'm going to go ahead and do is have this guy run. Oh, what's this card do? Target cell. Oh, make targets. Oh, this is a card that allows you to. You can either make yourself draw a card, or you can make someone else draw a card. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that on our wizard. And okay, now he moves closer. All right, this guy's still coming at me. What is this? Ah, teleport other. Move target 3. Teleport. You must be able to see the destination of the move. Okay. So one thing we can do is move you away. Swarming attack. Add 1 damage to this attack for every ally within 2 squares. Succeeded. So I blocked it entirely, and it used up my card. And since it was a melee move, I get to keep the I get to draw a card. So I drew a card. Okay, you got 4 health left, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill you with Chop. Actually, I could have used Chop and killed like both of them, but that's my bad. Dead. All right. This is the tutorial battle, so this is supposed to be easier. Okay, we still need to deal with the guys here. These little eye icons mean that the card is visible to opponent. Usually this happens when you have movement cards, or if you have activated a card that you get to keep, so they'll know that you have it always. What's this card do? Choose up to 2 different targets for this attack. Oh, cool, another Chop. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move you over this way. Arcane Spark. Blocked it. Ouch. Wow, that hit everybody. Notice that my units did turn around when they got hit. Facing does take account in this game. So if you get hit, you'll usually turn to face whoever hit you. Also, if you get hit from behind, there's certain aspects of that can influence your ability to block, and there's also cards that will actually give you bonuses if you attack from behind and so forth. Alright, Reach Swing has a 2 reach, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Sorcerer's Bolt. Okay, I take your hit. Fortunately, I can't really reach him to heal, and I don't really need to do much else, so I'm going to go ahead and pass my turn. And he passed 2. So, after the turn, if you have more... Oh, killed him. If I have more than 2 cards in my hand, I have to discard until I have 2 cards left in my hand. And then I draw 3 cards. Okay, so... Strong hack. They call me a hack. Alright, we also got a parry card. Nothing too special there. Force Bolt. This does a slide back effect, which will just force a unit to move away. And Sork Bolt. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and target their caster. Trip. This is a negative trait card. Any trait cards, whether negative or positive, you have to activate when you get them. So he is forced to activate it. Attach to self and halt. Duration 1. Attach to target. Target may not play move cards. So this target cannot use any move cards this turn. Now trait cards don't take an action, because they're things you have to do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and kill this guy, because our cleric doesn't have any block cards or anything. Okay. Oh, this has slide back. Not that it matters. Okay, dead. Parried. Now I get to draw a card. Get some Hardy Mail. This is not as good card. Not as good. Alright, what else can we do? Kill you. Okay. And multiple cards of armor can activate. So with those 2 suits of armor, I was able to completely negate the attack. Alright, what can we do now? Oh, you can move over here. Hi. Zap. Ow. He's out of cards. All he's got left now is a Planner Travel, which he can't use. Go ahead and heal yourself. Carry past. That's fine. I'll go ahead and move you up. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm going to go ahead and dash again. Over here. And then I'm going to use a Sork Bolt, which moves him closer. And kill him. Look at that, I did tactics. Alright. Onward. The bones of Zone 10th return to dust and the treasure is yours. Open the chest and claim your treasure. So after every battle, you get to open the chest. Wow, a legendary drop! A dragon dropped the gold leaf blade onto the empty weapon slot on the character to the left. As you can see, there's multiple slots here. The amount of slots you get is based off your level. As you level up, you'll unlock more slots. No worries there. Wow, this is a really awesome sword. Alright, put that there. Actually, by equipping the gold leaf blade, Borgo put some great new cards in his deck. Now this is explaining the card mechanics. You don't actually collect cards in this game. You collect items, and the items themselves have cards attached to them. So this gold leaf blade had these moves attached to it. So whenever I have it equipped, these cards are added to my deck. When I was not equipped with anything, I only had these little weak attacks down here, which were in my deck. Now those cards are out of my deck, and these are in our deck. So, good stuff. Also, these things are power tokens. They've recently been called power tokens. They were originally called talents. Items, rather powerful and rare items, will generally have a talent requirement, where if you don't have enough talents, you cannot equip it. So, it used up, looks like 2 major power tokens. I'm just going to call them gold talents, because I think talents is a cooler name. And that's about it. You can also see up here we have golden pizza slices, more on that later. And, alright, let's go onward. Actually, there's a lot of cards I can show off here, if I really want to. These are the negative trait cards. These are regular trait cards. And yeah, there's quite a variety. Oh no, as you lift your prize in celebration, a terrible rumbling shakes the temple. The stones themselves seem to cry out in terror as a caustic reek fills the air. Green Fang is here. Again, battle. Alright. We get to fight a dragon. Beware, Green Fang's ascetic breath, and use your new cards to avoid his armor cards. Okay, this guy can fly. So we got to see his movement card. Alright, greater heal. Pretty good heal there. That's about it. I can teleport other. Cleansing burst, discard, train attachments in target square. I think what this does is if you have like traps or if you cast a spell like firewall or something like that, you can remove it with this card. Alright, well, not much we can do here except move. Every step move must be in the same direction. At the end of the turn of the move, if there's a character in the next square in the direction moved, do 1 crushing damage to that character for every square moved. Okay. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, whatever. Screwed that up. Okay, I can actually reach you with this. This is penetrating. Ignores armor when applying damage unless the armor prevents all damage. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Dragon Claw. Wow, that's some reach. Alright. Okay, blocked it again. And taking a little bit of beating here. I'm gonna go ahead and stab him. This is penetrating, so it ignores his armor. Acid Jet. Linear, which means it goes out in a line. All effective squares must become acid terrain. Stop, whatever that means. When attached to a square, characters must enter their move in okay. So acid terrain will make you stop in that spot, and you'll start taking damage, acid damage. And you have to discard all your armor cards. Each square can only have 1 terrain attachment at a time. Alright, well, one thing we do need to do then is, for one, we need to move. Oh, you jerk. Well, he's using up all his cards. I'm gonna go ahead and use Cleanse Burst on that square there. So I don't have to worry about it. And apparently it was an AoE. Okay. Massive Jaws, penetrating, so this is gonna hit me no matter what. Ow. Alright, first things first, heal you. Now you're flying. Okay. Well, now I can hit you with this. Hard to block too, which means it's just difficult to block. Resistant hide. Armor 2. This armor always prevents all damage from acid, poison, electricity, or fire. So this is just going to stop the attack. Yeah, it did no damage. Okay, what we can go ahead and do is do inspiration. And we're going to cast on him. Attack skill. Draw a card. Discard that card until it's an attack card. Repeat until you have drawn 2 attack cards or drawn 6 cards. There we go. Got ourselves some attacking cards. We're going to go ahead and use our penetrating strike. Okay. This is our strong hack. Prevented 2 damage. That's fine. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and end our turn. He's going to go first because he's out of cards. Ow. I took some damage there. Massive Jaws. Take it. At least I have armor now. Team Shift. What's this do? Oh, it does a... Team Shift is a team command, which will actually force all of our units to move one. Slide back. Target... Oh, Boiling Armor. Target character discards all armor cards. Done. Okay. Yep. He discarded 2 resistant hides. Ow. Okay, we're taking a beating here. Good news is he doesn't have any, Acid Jet again. Took no damage because of the armor. Alright, what we can do... Push all other allies, okay? Father Ordis runs, and each of its allies take a step. So, I go ahead and move 1. You can get off the acid. You can get there. Okay. He got breath attacked again. But he has no armor left, so... Strong bash. Victory. Alright, onward. With a terrible roar, Green Fang crashes onto the temple floor. The Viridian Dragon's long reign of terror is ended. I think it has ended. Woo, that was great. Gary, what are you doing? You kids can't play Green Fang's challenge with my party. If you want to play with my Card Hunter set, you have to start at level 1. Yes, Melvin. Sorry, Melvin. So our DM's called Gary. And yeah, so we were actually playing with someone else's character sheets. So let's go onward. Sorry about that, Leaf. We're going to have to start again with some new characters. I'll get the raid on Omelette module out instead. Melvin's my big brother. It's his Card Hunter set. Okay, and here's the map. Let's see, our tale begins in Card Huntria and in the musty, dusty Orc's Head Tavern. An old man staggers through the door, blood streaming from his sides. Help! Monsters are attacking the village. Who will save us? Click on a tab to choose a dwarven, human, or elven warrior, then recruit one. I guess I have to choose one. Alright. We'll go ahead and take ourselves an elf warrior. I guess it's going to force me to use one of every class. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and recruit this character. You can actually see what cards they start out with. Nothing too special. And we will call you Sunny Milk. Sunny Milk hears the call to adventure, strides over it from the bar, and pledges to help the old man. It's time for your first adventure. Click exit to return to the map. With his last breath, the old man points toward the nearby village of Omelette. Is it really called Omelette? Alright, so here's our first adventure. Apparently I only get one character. Complete this for a guaranteed epic item. Level 1, raid on Omelette. Kobolds are raiding the peaceful village of Omelette, slaughtering the villagers and plundering their meager possessions. Will a brave adventurer step up to send these vicious bandits packing? The peasants will surely reward anyone valiant enough to aid them. stopping the raid on Omelette. These raiders should be easy, pretty easy for someone who's defeated Green Fang. I guess starting properly will at least give me a chance to explain a few more rules to you. And that was just a little tip that mentions that there's actually multiplayer in this game, but I'm not going to mess with that. Hoo-hee! These Cobalt Raiders are in a group that shares a single deck. Oh wow, he's explaining everything, isn't he? Okay. Let's go ahead and just move on up. We don't, as you can see, our cards are not as fancy. We got common cards now, like really weak cards. Yeah. When a group plays a move card, they all move. Okay. Wow. I didn't need to explain anything. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use Bludgeon and attack you. Weak Strike. 2 damage. Monsters in a group turn gray after they have attacked and can't attack again until the next round. Okay, so in a groups, grayed out units cannot attack more than once. That's fine. He passed. I pass, because I have no cards left. Okay, starting next round. At the start of each round, you always draw 1 bonus move card. Okay, so we always draw a move card every turn. That's good. I was worried about that. Because you chose a tricky elf, you get a speedy dash card as your default move. Then you draw 2 cards from your deck. Okay, so that's what it means. As you can see down here, it says you draw 2. That means you draw 2 normal cards and a move card every turn. Okay, good to know. And we get to go ahead and end this fight. Finisher complete. Onward! The village is saved, and the remaining Cobalt Raiders scamper off into the fields. It should now be possible to track them back to their lair and find out where they have been staging these raids from. The villagers will no doubt reward you as best as they can. There you go. Card Hunter Official Adventure Module. Collect loot. Also, whenever you fully complete an adventure, you will get experience. Adventures will generally be multiple combats. Each combat will give you treasure, but you will not get experience until you complete the entire adventure. Sunny Milk Fountain Loot. Open the chest to claim your prize. Open! Wow, Amber Shards. They should be worth several gold pieces. Click Take All and Finish button to move on. Okay, take all and finish. So what we got was just treasure items, which don't give you any cards at all. They're just used for selling. Also notice at level 1 we don't have as many slots at all. But even when you don't have anything equipped, you will still always get default cards. So, yeah. Alright, take all and finish. The Armory. Head to the Armory to exchange your loot for something useful. Okay. Sell the amber shards you found by dragging them from your collection to the blue store sheet. Okay. The cards in your deck come from the items you have equipped. Because you don't have a weapon in this slot, your deck only has these weak cards in it. So they want you to buy this Woodsman's Axe, which I have no choice but to do. So let's go ahead and do that. But if you take a look here, if you move the item above a slot that you can actually fit in, you can see the differences. So Bare Knuckles would have given us some bludgeons, some simple strikes, and some weak strikes. But with the Woodsman Axe, we'll get some chops and some weak chops. So overall, it's not too fancy, but the chops are better than bludgeons. So, in most cases. Wowzer, equipping the axe replaced those weak cards with these powerful cards. Really, it didn't replace too much, but that's okay. Mouse over the slots or items to see what cards they give you. And you can right-click or press spacebar to see the cards close up. So, I think it's spacebar? Yeah. So yeah. Oh, weak chop is actually pretty decent because it hits 2 units at once. Okay, good to know. Alright, anything else I can do? Nope, nothing I can do here. Show all. And we can go ahead and sell that. Okay, exit. Okay, it's time to get back on the trail of those kobolds. Sunny Milk searches the fields for tracks and finds a trail leading into the wilderness. Let's get started on the next module, the Cobalt encampment. Okay, begin adventure. Following the trail of footsteps and drop plunder, you find the Cobalt Raiders camp raiders camped in the woods a league from Omelette. Now is the time. While they are squabbling over their loot, just strike back, destroy the Cobalt encampment, and safeguard the village. Okay. Pushing on through the forest, a musty stench alerts you to the presence of remaining kobolds. It seems they are gathering their ill-gotten possessions and getting ready to flee. Put them to the sword. Alright, once again, leveled small tile. Jeepers, this time you're outnumbered 3 to 1. Not to worry, I have a few hints that'll help you out. Enemies have to halt when they move next to you, so move to the yellow square to stop them from surrounding you. Okay. So this is talking about the threatened square thing. There you go. These shield-carrying kobolds have block cards. Use your weakest attack first to draw them out. Not sure if that's scripted or not. Now I can... Might as well just kill it. Okay, carry past. I pass. Fortunately, I have no armor cards. Alright. Whenever you move units, you can actually choose to move in place, and that'll give you an opportunity to change your facing. When you see new cards, remember to right-click on them to see what special abilities they have. We already know what Chop does. I can kill you. And now he passes. Okay. I could move away, but that doesn't really matter. He shouldn't be able to kill me. Nope. Weak Chop. Alright. Adventure complete. Onward! Having sent the raiders packing, you explore their camp. There's a little treasure to be had, but a nearby cave reveals a crude earthen tunnel leading into the darkness. Is this where the kobolds have come from? Only the further adventurers will tell. Collect the loot. Yay, we leveled. So we get more health and so forth. Huzzah! Sunny Milk leveled up and has more health. Sunny Milk has also unlocked a new shield slot. Shields give you blocks and other defensive cards. So yeah, as you can see, now we have unreliable blocks, because we don't have a shield equipped right now. So if I roll a 6, I can actually block an attack. Open chest. Whoa, a rare item. The Cobalt Killer. This should come in handy. Oh wow. So it's got a really powerful overswing. Okay. Go ahead and replace this blunt sword. And we also got ourselves another woodsman axe, which can't do anything with. Okay. Let's go ahead and take all and finish. You know, you should really head to the armor and get yourself a shield. I hear there are new heroes waiting at the tavern too. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves a shield, because it's suggesting we do so. So this will give us a shield that actually has like a, you know, a 4 to 6, pretty much a 2 out of 3 chance of blocking as opposed to, you know, 1 out of 6. It does have limitations, like this flimsy block can only block things that are 2 or less, and so forth. But we'll go ahead and buy it. We also don't need this blunt sword, so we're going to go ahead and sell it. We'll go ahead and hold on to that. Okay, let's go ahead and exit. Actually, can I buy shoes? No, exit. Okay, Orcs Head Tavern. Recruit one of these crafty wizards for your party. Alright, let's go ahead and recruit this character. And let's see what I'm going to name you. I'll call you Star Sapphire. You'll get mad ducats if you can guess where these names are coming from. Alright, done. Star Sapphire joins your party. Wizards are long-range attackers and can develop powerful magics, but they are fragile fighters. Pretty much elven wizards have the least amount of hit points out of everybody, while dwarven fighters have the most. Let's pursue the kobolds, return to the map, and follow the tunnels into darkness if you dare. Exit. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video, because these videos are going to take up a lot of space, unfortunately. So I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Card Hunter. Hopefully